video, um, I feel like the main overview of the whole thing was that she makes it more complicated than it needs to be, in a sense of how simple the movement is. It's like she doesn't want the movement. She can't comprehend that the movement is actually that simple. Um, in the very, very beginning, when we first reach out, I feel like she's really worried about her leg, because when you watch it, her leg just, like, she lifts her leg to get the height rather than just simply reaching for whatever it is that she's trying to get to. Also, when she comes to bring her arm back, I feel like a lot of her movement, she doesn't let the movement take her into the next movement. She'd rather find a different way to, I guess, get to that movement. So like when she reaches, she plies into the position and then pulls her arm back, rather than pulling her arm back to let her lead into the next position, which I think that she could work on. When we were talking about in class how at the very beginning, also when we take the 2 steps to really elongate to let the leg lift, she was already in the position of like elongating that literally her leg just lifted up. So I feel like, again, that has to go back to letting the movement take you to the next movement rather than movement, stop, movement, stop, movement, stop. I've noticed that she has a lot of arch in a lot of the movement that she does, and I think that's just her natural state of being, I guess you could say. So I feel like she can work on that, because there's constantly, even the slightest bit of arch. Also, when we do the jumping phrase after the 5 runs or whatever, I feel like it's really bouncy, so I feel like she can use her plie more. Don't want to I noticed that. Okay, so I feel like she tends to have like not a hunch, but or like a bend, but you can tell that she's not using the length of her actual full torso. I feel like she's cutting it off, and when she's doing movement or when she's using her plie, her length gets cut off, because I feel like when she feels like she has to plie in certain movements, she allows her body to dip down, I guess you could say. And then for the timing wise, like the length, because I know that it was longer than the music did, I don't really know. I don't have any corrections on how to fix that, because I like the timing of her movement. So I don't really know how to make it not rushed, because she already has the problem of making it movement, separate movement, separate movement, rather than movement, movement, movement. So I feel like maybe if she cut out the, not choppy transitions, but how, rather than letting the movement take her to the next movement, if she worked on that a lot more, I feel like the phrase will blend more and maybe shorten it to the length of the actual music. The memory was pretty good, but those are the main things that I saw and that she could work on.